How can you listen to the conversation with my friend Laurie Jackson coming to us from Ukraine and her friend Anton and not be touched and not be compelled to understand that there's not a lot of difference between us and the people of Ukraine? And the only thing that separates us is a lot of miles, but it's at the end of the day, it's a very small world that we live in, and they are resilient like Mississippians are resilient. They're God-fearing people like Mississippians are. They care deeply about their families and their community and their country like Mississippians do. And it's just devastating what they're having to go through on a daily basis. It's wonderful to have the opportunity to check in with Laurie from time to time. Most of you know I have another show that I do on SuperTalk called SuperTalk Outdoors. I do it every Monday at lunchtime, and we celebrate the outdoors in Mississippi. In fact, I say weekly, for those of you who listen, you know this, that Mississippi is the capital of the outdoors in America. There are a lot of reasons why that is. But if you look at it just from a hunting and fishing point of view, of course, we've got great state parks and great canoeing and boating and bird watching and photography. You name it. But if you start to really segment out Mississippi from a geographic point of view and start to understand what do each of these areas represent in terms of how you would compare them to the nation, let me just sing a couple of bars to you just to kind of get a sense of it. But the Mississippi Delta, one of the most unique places like that in the world, not just Mississippi. Some of the best deer hunting, some of the best duck hunting, some of the best turkey hunting. It is very, very special. Fishing there is incredible as well. You think about the Pascagoula River that we have on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the largest undammed waterway in the entire United States. And it is a treasure. I tell people to go look at it on Google Earth so you can understand it's not just a river, it's a tributary, and it has so many incredible offshoots of it that lend to some of the most wonderful opportunities to enjoy the outdoors in America. Now, you can cover all areas of Mississippi, all the way up to North Mississippi and Northeast Mississippi, and see so many special places to hunt and fish and enjoy the outdoors. But then when you add all of that, you say, well, a lot of states may have a lot of what I just mentioned, but then you add to that some of the best offshore fishing in the United States and some of the best backwater fishing in the United States down here on the coast, and you add it all together, we're the capital of the outdoors in America. My show on SuperTalk Outdoors is sponsored by the Foundation for Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. It's not the Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. It's the foundation. And they're a separate 501(c) that provides funds. A lot of their funds go to help enhance conservation efforts within the department, but they'll from time to time also fund other things outside of the department. But it's a board composed of dedicated leaders from across the state, and they collect and raise a lot of money over the years, and they fund these efforts. They also, from time to time, get locked onto issues like the Outdoor Stewardship Trust Fund that we got locked on to for a couple of years, and we're able to get it passed through the legislature and signed into law. And now we have this incredible effort underway that is giving out money to enhance outdoor enjoyment across this state. It's when they get locked onto an issue, you better pay attention because they're very serious about it, and they're leaders in the outdoors community. But it's a pleasure to operate my outdoor show, SuperTalk Outdoors, from the Foundation studio, and I'm really honored to be there. And we continue to stay focused on celebrating this incredible place that we call Mississippi, the capital of the outdoors in America. Now, there are a couple of really key things that are happening within the foundation right now that I wanted to focus on for a couple of minutes today. And I'm going to be joined now by my friend, Josh Carver, who's the marketing director for the foundation, and someone who I look forward to visiting with. But we've got a big raffle that's underway now, and you want to hear about this one. And then this weekend actually is the Ag and Outdoor Expo that's happening in Jackson. So without any further ado, let me bring Josh into the conversation. First of all, just say good morning to you. How you doing, Josh?
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing really good. So where are you sitting right now, my friend?
I'm in the capital city, so I'm in Jackson right now. So just I guess a stone's throw from you down there on the coast, but that's where I am. Getting ready for the big week ahead. here, especially with our Ag and Outdoor Expo, like you mentioned, and then the end of our inaugural foundation raffle that we're going to kind of talk about a little bit more. So
yeah, I had the commissioner and the ag commissioner on recently, and we talked about it and on my show, my outdoor show, and then we've had others that have talked about it as well. But it's a unique show because you've got, you'll typically see an ag conference or expo of some sort, and you'll see an outdoor expo of some sort. But this is a case where you can put an ag and outdoors expo together. And as I pointed out, I lease 3 farms up in the Mississippi Delta, work very closely with the Dunn family up there. And when those of us who lease the land and have responsibilities for helping sort of enhance it for outdoor enjoyment, work closely with the farmers that we work with, when we work together, it just makes for a sort of a match made in heaven from an outdoor enjoyment point of view. And we do wonderful things together. So it makes sense actually to have the Ag Expo with the Outdoors Expo, because the farmers and outdoorsmen and women of the state do things together. And what it creates is this really wonderful expo that where outdoorsmen can see the latest technology with tractors and vice versa. So it's pretty cool, isn't it?
It is. I mean, and it makes so much sense for me. I'm a Delta boy myself, so coming from Leland, so ag and outdoors, hunting, fishing, farming has been part of my life from the very beginning. So it just makes too much sense. They work well together. Things that farmers do on their properties make such a big impact on the hunting, deer, duck, and all that type of stuff. What they do to augment and leave water on the landscape, bringing what I find to be my favorite thing to do outdoors is chase things that fly. So all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's a great 3-day event where you can come to the capital city, a big, beautiful venue at the Trade Mart, and see some of the latest equipment, see a lot of vendors that you wouldn't get to see in your local store. Come meet the people who make the stuff, and talk to also leaders in conservation at the department level. So.
Yeah, and you have the Keith Killebrew Memorial Rodeo that's going on at the same time, and Chapel Hart's going to play there. I mean, it's just a jam-packed weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. So this weekend, I mean, especially those 2 days of the rodeo are just going to be awesome. I've 3 kids under the age of 4, so my oldest calls it the tractor show, but she loves horses, and so she's very excited about coming up there too, because it's a great event for kids. I mean, there's going to be big equipment that you can set your kid on. There's a kid zone that the Ag Museum and the Natural Science Museum's holding. So there's events throughout the whole weekend that you can get in and get involved on. So.
Leland, Mississippi. So many wonderful memories I have about Leland. We have places just outside of Greenwood, and we'll make that drive to Leland between Indianola and Greenville to the Mockingbird Songwriters Festival that Steve Azar does every year at the Gin at Leland. Yeah. And Steve's a really good friend, and that's a hell of an event. What a wonderful event that is. So yeah, I love going there. But it is a farming community, man. If you blink, you'll miss it, won't you?
Else to do than that.
So it's exciting to see what's happening. But we'll get in the next segment to the raffle, this incredible raffle that's going to be there. But I see that you love the outdoors. You hear my argument that I make every week about why Mississippi is the capital of the outdoors, but it's a worthy claim that we can make, isn't it?
It is, definitely. I mean, my earliest memories are spent fishing with my grandparents, or sitting in a deer blind, or riding on my dad's back through a slough to go look at ducks land over some decoys. So, I mean, it's just a formative thing that I think a lot of other states, especially in the South, I mean, you'll have that, but it's part of the culture very, very deep in Mississippi. And it's just a great thing, because if we're not going to be here to help steward and conserve the natural resources, then who's going to do it? So and I just think Mississippi, like you said, is leaders in that. So.
Yeah. Hey, so you worked in the Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. I think you said for 5 years before the show. What did you do?
So I was in a similar role with marketing, but one of the main emphasis was recruitment and retention and reactivation of hunters, which I'm sure you know is that the conservation community is just getting smaller and smaller because of people are aging out. People don't have to buy licenses, which is one of the main sources of funding for wildlife conservation. So the more opportunity that we can give to individuals to get outdoors and participate is kind of what I did there. So.
Well, we're visiting with my friend Josh, who is he's with the Foundation for Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Josh Carver is the marketing director there. When we come back, we'll talk about this really cool raffle that's underway. You need to pay attention to this if you love the outdoors. See you after this. Welcome back to the Ricky Matthews Show. I have Josh Carver with me. He's the marketing director for the Foundation for Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks, the sponsor, actually, of my show, SuperTalk Outdoors, that plays every Monday at noon. And one of the I had just this week I had Cuz Strickland. For people who are from the hunting community, you know Cuz really well. He came from hunting the country. I call him an outdoors ambassador for Mississippi. He's really important to us. He's a longtime member of the team at Mossy Oak. And, I've had Toxie Hayes, and I've had Daniel and his brother on the phone, on the show as well. But one of the things that you can raffle, that you can win in this raffle that we're about to talk about, is a turkey hunting trip with both Preston Pittman and Cuz Strickland, which I learned, incidentally, Josh, on the show this week, that they've actually never hunted turkey together. Really? So they're actually looking forward to meeting together.
Yeah. Well, so I've gotten to speak and I guess get to know them a little bit more throughout this raffle process with them having one of the packages. And I tell you what, you couldn't put a price tag on that turkey hunt. It's going to be an amazing trip for sure. And then I know Preston at the end of it, we got him to do a video for us, and he gave a little teaser. He's going to make a custom turkey call for the person who wins that is built specifically for them. So, I mean, just crazy amounts of prizes that are once in a lifetime type things that you can win at this raffle. So.
Yeah. So if you like to hunt or you know somebody who does, the opportunity to win that hunt. The first time, Preston Pittman, who's well known as just an absolute master turkey hunter and call maker, been around for many, many years. In fact, what Cuz said about Preston is that he's a lot more patient than Cuz. And he said, Cuz said, I'm gonna work the camera, and I'm gonna video the hunt, and I'm gonna enjoy watching Preston do his thing. But that's very special. But give them a sense of some of the other prizes that are part of this raffle as well.
So I mean, we've got 5 different prize packages that you can win, from a $50,000 voucher for a Ford vehicle. You've got that turkey hunt with Cuz and Preston. There's an Argentina dove hunt for 8 people that you can go down and get the old Argentina tattoo on your shoulder, shooting some doves. There's an African safari, and then the 5th package is a outdoorsman package, which is full of different premium outdoor equipment, from 2 different Bushnell optics, so a spotting scope, some binoculars, a Savage rifle, a outdoor canoe, and then one of the cool things in there is one of those new electric bikes, which I know in the past year the department legalized using those on WMAs. So it opens up a whole nother level of access to the back areas of some of those wildlife management areas that you can go and retrieve your deer out of with. So a lot of, like I said, awesome prizes. And you have just this week, it last time to get a ticket is July 30th. So, which is the last day of the expo. So you can do all that online. And yeah, so it's just a great opportunity, and all these funds go directly back into conserving wildlife conservation and hunting heritage in Mississippi.
Yeah, so you can make a contribution to the foundation that is incredibly focused on enhancing our outdoor enjoyment. The foundation is uniquely positioned to support the Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. You couldn't pick a better organization to be associated with if you want to give back to the community as it relates to conservation in this state. And you also get a chance to win these incredible prizes. I mean, just kind of a once in a lifetime thing. So as you pointed out, July 3rd, you know what I found is that rather than give out a complicated website name and all that, I've just told people, if you just do this, just search Mississippi Foundation Raffle. If that's all you have to search, and the first thing that pops up is the website and the place where you can go and buy your raffle ticket. You can do it online, but just do a search, Mississippi Foundation Raffle, and go get your tickets. And the more tickets you buy, the better the deal is as far as the number of tickets you get. Isn't that true?
That's right. So you got 1 for 20, 3 for 50, 10 for 100, and then 25 for 150. So that, I think that 10 for the 100 is our most popular option there. So that's $10 a ticket. So just a bunch of chances and to win some good prizes that will draw, I think, the second week of August. So and you don't have to be present to win anything like that. We'll notify the winner. So it'll be good to go. And you could be the most popular guy in the cul-de-sac if you're going to take you and 8 buddies to go shoot some doves in Argentina. So.
Yeah, I've had a number of my friends who've done that Argentina hunt, and it is an incredible trip down to Argentina. The food is amazing. The guides are amazing. The accommodations are incredible. The hunting is second to none in the world. It's really, really incredible. And then, of course, you have the opportunity for an African safari as well. But Josh, it's been a pleasure to spend some time with you today, buddy. Appreciate you coming on to talk about these 2 really wonderful things the foundation's doing.
Same to you. Thank you, Ricky.
You bet. This has been Josh Carver. He's the marketing director for the Foundation for Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.